Hello guys, in this video I would like to discuss with you how not to appear too arrogant when you court a woman. Of course, I will share my thoughts on it based on the experience of working with Ukrainian Slavic women for over a decade, and one can tell that, oh, it doesn't apply on American women or on German women. Well, I also do have many friends in the United States, in Germany, and I live in Germany currently, so I can tell you that in the majority of cases, if you act like that, a woman will think that you are too arrogant and it will be a huge turn off. So, which actions or which things can actually appear arrogant in the eyes of a woman? First of all, Instagram. When a gentleman has an Instagram filled with professionally staged, edited pictures of him posing in the studio or outdoors in different outfits, women can think, why on earth is he having so many photos that are professionally made? Okay, probably he made a photo shoot to add a decent picture, a profile picture for his LinkedIn profile or for his CV, like a portrait where he wears a nice button-down shirt and he smiles. Such photos, we all have them if we are talking about LinkedIn. But if we are talking about photos taken in a bedroom or in a certain studio and you are posing shirtless, of course you want to show off your body because you have worked hard in the gym and you want to show your six-pack, and some photos, they are edited in this really cute black and white style, so looking fancy, and women can find it a huge turn off. She can think that, okay, he's already in love with himself, so there is no place to love a woman, and nobody wants to start building a relationship with someone who is in love with himself more than he might have loved his partner or anything else. I can understand the desire to show off the fruits of your hard work in gym, but you can do it tastefully. You can add one picture to your dating profile or to your Instagram if, for example, you try to get attention of women on Instagram on a beach. On the beach, it looks logical that you are wearing no shirt or no t-shirt. Or for example, you are hiking with your dog and you are wearing a very tight t-shirt that shows your muscles, but it should be just one picture. When you show like 10 photos of your six-pack, which was photographed from different angles with different filters, it's a turn off, it's not a turn on for a decent, smart, serious woman. You know whom you can actually attract with such pictures? Well, a cougar, an older woman who wants to get a toy boy, and yes, she wants to see what she's going to pay for. So she will actually be willing to see pictures of all your body parts, and if you showcase them on Instagram, well, good for you. She can make up your mind if she's ready to purchase that. Sometimes our female clients and my female friends, they tell me that, oh, I have met this guy online, or for example, if we have introduced our female client to our male client, she's telling that, oh, for example, Jeff has suggested to exchange Instagram accounts, and I have told him that I don't actually post much on Instagram because, well, she works for a big company and she thinks that her clients and her boss and her colleagues, well, they don't need to actually see her wearing bikini or how she spends time with her friends. So in her Instagram there are like 5 pictures of different sunsets, a picture of an orchid market, and a few pictures like group photos where she was tagged, and she didn't show much. And she tells Jeff that, you know what, I don't really post much on Instagram, and also she doesn't feel the need to exchange Instagrams with the guy she has just met, and there is no guarantee that this acquaintance will actually lead to a second or to a third date. So why to follow a guy she might need to unfollow in a few days? But when Jeff sends her the link to his Instagram, she understands why he actually wanted to exchange Instagram. Not because he wanted to see more of her pictures and get to know her better, but because he wanted to show off. Because on his Instagram she can see like 20 photos taken during this photo shoot, 20 photos taken during that photo shoot, a photo of him posing with his Rolex, a photo of him posing next to his car, several videos of him driving his Mercedes or BMW, several photos of him posing next to a yacht, next to a motorbike, like all those pictures. Pictures of him with some hot women, and of course he can claim later on that, oh, this is just a hot friend, just to show that, you see, I have many hot friends, so there are plenty of hot women around me. And actually this Instagram, it's like a big red sign that screams arrogance. And if you're talking about a smart, intelligent woman who is not looking just for fun, who is looking for a man with whom she can build a serious, lasting, healthy relationship that can lead to marriage, she doesn't want to see all that. She doesn't want to see it in such an untasteful, arrogant way. Of course, every woman can appreciate a man with a nice body, but you know what, it's one thing when you are pleasantly surprised when you go out with him and you see that he is well built, or for example later on when you start touching each other and you bring your relationship to this level. It's another thing to see a profile with 100 pictures that portray him from different sides so that people can like and leave comments. Of course, it can be a totally different scenario if our Jeff, for example, is a professional model, or he is a professional athlete, or he is a photographer, or maybe he is an artist here, works in the theater, or he poses for artists to paint him. Well, but our Jeff, he is a lawyer, or he is a programmer, or he's an accountant. So it doesn't end up when an accountant has like hundreds of pictures of himself praising his own looks. Of course, we also have to talk about age groups. If we are talking about a younger crowd, like people in their 20s, for them having Instagram, having TikTok, quite often it is a must. But sometimes when a man is in his late 30s, early 40s, late 40s, and he had this Instagram filled with professional photo shoots that he has made specifically for Instagram, usually ladies are turned off. Women who can actually be turned on by photos with his car, or photos of his watches, or photos when he boasts with his Gucci belt, or for example other accessories or some logos. Well, usually these are gold diggers or women who want to gain something out of this acquaintance, out of this relationship. So if a man doesn't want to attract a gold digger or a money-minded girl, I don't recommend to post pictures of your car, especially photos when you hold the wheel in your car and, for example, you show that it is a BMW and you show your Rolex and you show off a bracelet. It screams arrogant and it screams pathetic. Another type of a behavior that can be a huge turn off for a woman is when a man talks about his accomplishments non-stop. We all want to show ourselves from the best side when it comes to dates, especially first dates, second dates. Of course, we want to speak about things we are proud of. For example, our education, our careers, our traveling experience. But you should do it in a tasteful way. When the whole date you are talking non-stop about college you went to, or for example, clients you work with, or how you have climbed to the top, and the whole date is about you, and the lady, she just sits, listens and smiles politely and hope that, okay, I hope he will finish soon. When he will be done, then I will tell him that I must return home to feed my cat, even though she doesn't own a cat. So be very careful with that. I remember our client for an hour and a half was boasting with his prominent career to a woman, and she said later on to us that she doesn't want to go out on a second date with him because the whole date was about him, how smart he is, how cool he is, and he didn't even bother to ask where she works. And the gentleman was surprised with such reaction when we have told him why the lady has decided not to go out with him. He said that, oh, she was just mute the whole date, so what did she want me to stay silent like herself? So of course I have tried to actually make this day work out, So this is why I was talking and entertaining her. And when I have asked him, but have you ever thought that probably she was silent because she didn't have a chance to share a story or to ask a question? Have you asked her a question? And he said that, no way, of course I have asked her questions. And when I have asked, like, which questions have you actually asked, he couldn't remember. But he said, for sure I have asked her questions. For sure she has exaggerated, so it couldn't be that I was talking only about myself. During the date, sometimes, of course, the dynamic can be that one person is talking more about the other because one person has this more outgoing personality or is just stressed, because some people, when they feel stressed, they talk more, and other people, vice versa, they feel too shy to talk. But you have to watch this dynamic. Am I talking more than my date? Have I asked her any questions? Has she asked me any questions? Because chances are high that if you have picked up the topic is not very interesting to her, and if you don't give her a chance to actually ask you a question, she can't switch the topic. And you can't find a topic together that will be of interest for both of you. Another thing that can make you look really arrogant and will be a huge turn off for a lady is a scenario when you try to teach a lady something or to coach her to become better. Well, I remember a situation. We have introduced our French client to a lady, and the lady, she spoke fluent English, but she also has taken French and Spanish in the university, so she was at about intermediate level. And the gentleman, like the lady said, like his English, it was at the worse level than her French, so she has decided to speak French to him, and she was excited to have this chance to practice French. And they were talking, laughing, but at the one moment the gentleman told her that your pronunciation could have been better. You should work on your pronunciation because it doesn't sound really French, and it was a first date. And the lady said that it was such a huge turn off, like she has never commented on his poor English. She just saw that he struggled talking in English, and once she has switched into French, like he felt more relaxed and he joked, and she thought that, okay, I will do my best to speak French since I see that he is obviously not comfortable to speak English. And the gentleman later on, he told her that, oh, I don't understand why Irina was so upset. I wanted to give her some direction how to become better in her French. Well, guys, there is time and place in any relationship when it is appropriate to actually give advices and to correct something. When you are in a relationship, for example, you are friends, or this is a romantic relationship, and you want to discuss with your girlfriend or with your friend that, you know what, you have misspelled this or that, or for example, your girlfriend or your friend asks you to actually correct her pronunciation or, for example, grammar, then you can do that, and better do that without other people around you, so not in a group of friends. Or, for example, when some men think that it is appropriate to critique how the woman looks. For example, it is the first, second or fifth date, and the gentleman tells the lady that, you know what, I don't actually like your looks with the hair up. I believe you should wear your hair down. Or something like, I prefer you with the lipstick you wore yesterday. Has she asked your opinion? Or something like, oh, you shouldn't have worn jeans. I really prefer you wearing a dress like in that profile picture. It can be appropriate if you choose the right moment to share your opinion about appearance or certain styling choices or clothing choices. For example, we have introduced a couple, I think they are married for 8 or 9 years already, and the lady, in the heat of a moment, she has decided to cut her hair short. Well, she wanted to change, and this couple, they are happily married, they have 3 kids. When they have met, lady had long, dark, thick hair, and she said that she never actually had a shorter haircut, and she has decided to try it out. And when she has returned back home, her husband, he was shocked. So she saw by the look on his face that he was shocked. He didn't expect that. And she told him that I just wanted to change. And he told her that, you know what, yes, that looks different and it will take me time to get used to it. But will it grow back? because I love your long hair, will it grow back? And the lady said that she has realized that he has preferred her with the longer hair. But when you meet someone for the first time, or you know each other for a few weeks, to give suggestions that you shouldn't be wearing this lipstick, or you shouldn't have cut your hair, or you should lose a few kilos, don't do that. And also don't critique your choices. I remember our female client, she was a chief accountant, and she said that after working for 15 years as an accountant, she has decided to change her career because she didn't feel happy anymore being an accountant, and she has decided to actually follow one of her dreams and to become a photographer. So she quit and she has decided studying to become a photographer, and she told it to a gentleman, and he said that, you're almost 40. Do you really think it is smart? Like, do you have enough savings to even do that? That was your third date. It's not the time and the place to give her any life recommendations. She's an adult and she can make her own choices. Of course, she was turned off. Or for example, recommendations like, oh, why are you renting an apartment? It is not smart. You are like throwing all those money away. It is better to save money and to take a loan and to buy an apartment. Like, did she ask for financial advice? No, I don't think so. Please restrain yourself from giving any unnecessarily unwanted advice on a date. Also, sometimes gentlemen, they try to coach a lady or try to teach her, to educate her, telling something like, oh, you haven't read this book, you must read it, or you haven't watched this show, you should watch it. I can't believe you have never watched it. Or if we are speaking about international couples, when it is an international date and a gentleman asks a lady something like, oh, do you even know the name of this football player? Have you ever heard of Selena Gomez? Or have you heard of this singer? Probably you haven't, because I doubt that he is popular in Germany or in Prague or in Ukraine, but I will show you a video now. Or for example, I will send you some links so that you can educate yourself, you could learn more about my culture or about this book. The fact that she hadn't read the same book that you have read doesn't mean that she is less educated or less intelligent. Well, some books are really popular in certain country, and also they are popular among, for example, middle-aged men or middle-aged women, or among students, among people who work in marketing. It doesn't mean that a person who works in different field should read it. Also, the fact that you are reading different books doesn't mean that you are not compatible. People can have different tastes and preferences. Some people like coffee, others like tea, but they can live there happily ever after having both tea and coffee at home. What also will make you look arrogant and not very attractive in the eyes of a lady is the scenario when you are fishing for compliments. When you start telling the lady like, do you like the way I look? I'm tall and hot. Do I look better like my pictures? Do you like the way I'm dressed? And once you start naming the brands you are wearing, it's such a huge turn off. Like, see, this jacket is from Gucci. Or for example, I have 2 Rolex watches. Or do you know which car I'm driving? And then you are showing photos of your car. Of course, it can happen that you naturally have started discussing cars. For example, you are driving an electric car, she is driving an electric car, or you are both huge fans of Mini Coopers. It can happen. Or for example, you are both huge fans of a certain shoes brand, especially if, for example, you both are into jogging, into running, and this is a specific brand for running. But on the date, try not to use such words as cheap, expensive, success, or like how successful you are, what you have achieved. She doesn't need to know all your biography, to which private school you went and to which university you went. Later, once you get to know each other better, it can happen on its own that you will start talking about childhood, that you will start talking about high school, middle school, primary school, but you should get there naturally. It's not a job interview where you have to kind of boast with all your successes, which scholarship you got or which grades you got. And guys, as a takeaway from this video, please, no photos of you sitting in your car, driving your car, posing next to your car, and especially when you try to use this picture as an advertisement of your watches, your shoes, your belt, your car, and your six-pack all at the same time. And no bathroom selfies till maybe your date number 10. Please don't do that. I want to wish you only successful romantic dates. I'm sorry for my voice. I think it is the video number 13 that we have been filming within just a few days. I want to wish you lots of love. Svetlana Mukhar, especially for Diolli.com with love. And right now is the moment to press like if you haven't done it yet, to subscribe to our channel, and to leave a comment if you agree or disagree with me. Probably you believe that a photo next to your car is the best way to attract an intelligent, smart, beautiful, professionally successful Ukrainian woman. Also, I strongly encourage you to become a sponsor and to get access to additional videos that we are filming, especially for Diolli.com friends, Diolli.com lovers, and Diolli.com family. I will see you in the next one. Bye!